Now let us discuss the chapter mensuration. So if any simple closed figure is given like a triangle or a rectangle, then what is the perimeter of this triangle or rectangle? The distance covered around the border of the simple closed figure is called its perimeter. If you consider the rectangle, the distance covered along the boundary of this simple closed figure means rectangle is called its perimeter. Then what is the area of a simple closed figure? The amount of the region covered by a simple closed figure is called its area. So here if you consider the rectangle, the amount of this region covered by the simple closed figure is called its area. Then in the earlier classes, so we have learnt about the area and perimeter of some simple closed figures like triangle, rectangle, square and circle. And we have also learnt about the rectangular paths surrounded by a rectangle of uniform width. Now in this class we will learn about the area and perimeter of some other simple closed figures, means like plane figures like quadrilateral, parallelogram, trapezium, rhombus and regular polygons. And we will also learn to find the surface area and volumes of solid figures like cuboid, cube and cylinder. Now let us recall our previous knowledge that we have learnt in the earlier classes. Now consider a rectangular park whose length is 30 meters and breadth is 20 meters. Now what is the total length of the fence of the rectangular park around it? To find the total length of the fence of this rectangular park, we need to find the perimeter. So perimeter of this park equals to 2 of L plus B. This equals to 2 of length is 30 plus breadth is 20 meters. Then 2 of 30 plus 20, 50. So this equals to 100 meters. So to find the total length of the fence of this rectangular park, we need to find its perimeter, so that is 100 meters. Now for example, if you want to find the amount of the land surrounded or covered by this rectangular park, means how much land is occupied by this rectangular park, then how to find the land occupied by this park? Then you have to find its area. So then area of this park equals to length into breadth. This equals to 30 into 20. This equals to 600 meters square or square meters. Now in the next case, if we consider a rectangular path inside the park surrounding it and which has the uniform width of 1 meter, which has to be cemented. Now this is a rectangular path of uniform width 1 meter surrounding inside along the boundary of this park, and this path has to be cemented. Then how to find the area of this path? So to find the area of the path, we should find the area of outer rectangle and area of the inner rectangle, then we have to subtract. So this equals to area of outer rectangle minus area of inner rectangle. So we already know the dimensions of the outer rectangle, 30 meters and 20 meters, but we don't know the dimensions of the inner rectangle. So then we have to find them. The length is 30 minus 1 and minus 1. So then we get 30 minus 2. Then breadth is 20 minus 1 and minus 1. So the breadth of the inner rectangle is 20 minus 1 minus 1. So 20 minus 2. Then we can find the area of the inner rectangle. Then we can find area of the park. Now if you want to find, if you consider the two flower beds inside the park whose length 1.5 meters and breadth 5 meters, then how to find the remaining area of this park is covered by the garden. Then how to find the area of the park covered by the garden? Then we have to find the area of these two rectangular flower beds. Then we have to subtract this from the area of this park. So here we are using the different formulas to find. Then we are using the perimeter formula, we are using area formula, and we are using area of the path. Then now let us recall the formula which we have learnt in the previous classes, so which we use mostly while doing the problems in mensuration. So first, rectangle, consider a rectangle, then its area so area of the rectangle A equals to length into breadth. Then perimeter of the rectangle is 2 of L plus B, because there are two lengths and two breadths. So 2 of L plus B. Then you consider a square whose side is S. Then area of the square A equals to side square or S into S, and then perimeter of the square is given by 4 into S, because there are 4 sides, so 4 into S. Now if you consider a triangle whose base is B units and height H, then area of the triangle A equals to half into base into height. Then if other two sides are A and C, then perimeter of the triangle is given by A plus B plus C, which is the sum of the lengths of three sides. Now if you consider a parallelogram, so parallelogram in which two opposite sides are parallel, so these two sides are parallel as well as equal, and these two opposite sides are parallel as well as equal. Then its base is B units and the corresponding height is H units. Then the area of the parallelogram A equals to base into height. So here perimeter also the same formula, 2 of length plus breadth. Now if you consider a circle whose radius is R units, then area of the circle is given by A equals to pi R square, and circumference or perimeter of the circle is 2 pi R. So these are the formulas mostly we use to solve the problems in the mensuration topic.